Hey gang, welcome to the Cross-Eyed Texan, and we are finally going to be doing a video. Past month in my own personal life has been, well, let's just say difficult. But let's get on with the video, and we'll talk more about that later. We are finally going to be looking at two fragrances from the Dunhill Signature collection. And this is Egyptian Smoke. And this is Agar wood. You can actually see a difference in them. This is more mahogany red, and this is almost a really dark tea. I'll put a couple of links in the description below where you can look at the note breakdown. But the first thing I want to point out to you is that these bottles break. Okay. The collar for this is in there. Now I can get it out and I can put it back on here, but the next time I take the lid off, it's just going to come off. And I decided just to leave it off. But you can pull that thing out of there if you want. Maybe there's some way you can fix it. Doesn't matter, but the atomizer still works, and that's really all that matters. Sealant fan up top. So it kind of blows things around. Egyptian Smoke is a ever so slightly sweet, and I mean ever so slightly sweet. It's got a note in it that reminds me of this. Now, listen to me carefully. I didn't say it smells like it, but it's got one single note that reminds me of this. I think it's olibanum. Correct me in the comments if you know for sure. But I'm sorry I'm not very prepared for this video as I'd like to be. But this stuff lasts a good 10 hours. It is an EDP. And while it's not a room filler, which is not really something I want a fragrance to be, honestly, but it is a sillage beast. You get projection for about the first 2 hours of about a foot and a half. And honestly, my old fart humble opinion, that's enough. That's enough. I'm not a 20-something and wants to gag out everybody in the entire room. You know, and I also don't wear fragrances for compliments. I wear them because I like them. And if I get the occasional compliment, that's great. Now, it doesn't say what the name of the fragrance is unless you read it up here. It says it right there. I don't know if you can see it. Egyptian Smoke. But this was $50 from Joma Shop. And if you like things that are deeper and richer and off the beaten track, more niche than designer, with the exception of the bottle, this is your choice. Now, on to my favorite. This, same thing. You can see the thing in there. And you can pull it out with your finger, or I had to use a nail clipper to get it out. But this, so far, is my favorite. This is Agar wood. Now, Agar wood is another name for oud. And I read one person on one of the shorts that I put up said that the Agar wood is too strong. And now, everybody's sense of smell is a little different. I've mentioned it in other videos before. I love cilantro, but to a certain percentage of the population, it tastes like soap. So maybe that person's nose is more sensitive to agar or oud. But I'm not a big oud fan, but I love this. This stuff I wore a couple of Sundays ago when it was like 50 or 60 degrees. I actually got comments on this. People are like, wow, what are you wearing? And that hardly ever happens. I hardly ever get compliments on my fragrances. But this is dark. It's masculine. It's powerful, but not overbearing. In other words, this one walks softly, but carries a big stick. And it's got another good atomizer on it. Probably should have turned off that ceiling fan. I would be wearing this today, but we're about to set a record temperature here in Dallas, Fort Worth. It's going to be 87 degrees today, which is just absolutely nuts. Everything in this line that I've tested has been pretty good, but here's the deal. Some of this stuff is 4 or 5 years old because it never got promoted. I don't know how long fragrances are supposed to last, but if you store them properly, they can last a pretty long time. But for a brand new fragrances, something that tested at 4 or 5 years old is pushing it. But for $49 to $53, you owe it to yourself to at least check these out. And for me, my cutoff point between, gee, I'm glad I bought that, and oh crap, I can't believe I bought that, it's about $50. And $50, I can, if I don't like it, I'll try to find somebody else who likes it and give it to them. The next one I'm going to pick up from this line is going to be Nordic Fougere. I'm a Fougere person. I've said it in some of my other videos, but I definitely want to pick that up. I like Fougeres because they're a 365-day-a-year fragrance. You can wear them in almost any weather, and they're just absolutely fantastic. So I will put a link in the description from Base Notes if I can find one, so you can check these out for yourself. Now, I'm going to be putting out another video real quick, so that's why I'm wearing the same shirt. Thank you guys for staying patient. We'll talk more in the next video that's coming right on the heels of this one. God bless you guys. Thanks for watching The Cross-Eyed Texan. Talk to y'all later.